Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Nickel and Dimes. The eve of the Final Four is upon us. We're getting ready for some Final Four action. We're getting ready to find out who's going to make it to the national championship game. We got 4 teams down in San Antonio ready to go. The fellas are here. Harry's in the house. And Fosh is here too. Fellas, we're just come to a close here. Final Four is here. Yeah. It's a little sad.
3 games left.
Bittersweet.
It is very bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
3 games to decide a champion.
Yeah.
And they're all 1 seeds.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're all 1 seeds, so we should be seeing some good
As
basketball.
people say, chalk madness.
Yeah, chalk madness.
Chalk madness,
I
yeah.
love it, though. I love it.
Yeah, all 1 seeds for the first time since 2008. I mean, we kind of talked about this, I think in last week's shows, that this is really where you kind of get the benefit of having all 1 seeds, because now we're gonna have really good games, and we had really good games this past weekend in the Elite Eight, and I expect that to continue this weekend with the Final Four as we have all 1 seeds.
100%.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Starting off, we'll talk about the Elite Eight a little bit. How do we get to the Final Four?
Yeah.
Can't get to the Final Four without the Elite Eight. Bama coming in, Mark Sears coming in hot. Did not carry over against Duke.
No.
Got his teeth kicked
Put
in.
in the cellar.
Yeah, just Grant Nelson. It's over.
He
Youngblood.
did have a nice block in Cooper Flag.
Who
I
cares?
will give him that. But
He lost by 20. That Bama team, Nate Oates, it's just like every year they make a good run in the tournament, it feels like last year, and they just run into a team that's just better in every aspect.
Yeah.
And that's what happened last year with UConn. That's what happened this year with Duke. And it's just their style of offense doesn't really, their style of basketball in general, doesn't feel like it translates against absolute top competition.
It's so streaky because their style of basketball is just based off of how hot they can get in a game. And when they get into a game, when they play a great defensive team like Duke, then they get blown out because they just can't score the basketball.
I mean, I think Duke did a really good job against them with, Alabama likes to go out and push the ball, back and forth. Every opportunity they can get, they're pushing the ball. I think Duke really made them play their own game, and we dominated, I would say.
No.
Definitely.
That is definitely the word to describe it. I mean, Sears was coming off of a record-breaking performance in the Sweet 16, and he followed it up with 6 points.
Yeah.
And that's all. I feel like that's all credit to Duke and John Shire and his game plan going into this game. And then Grant Nelson also was basically absent. I mean, he played 30 minutes, did have a nice block against Cooper Flag, but other than that, contributed 10 points and 7 boards. So it's just an all-around great performance from Duke, and it just goes to attest how great this Duke team is, especially defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you look at Bama against BYU, and wow, this team looks like the best in the country.
Yeah.
Go play against Duke, and they look insanely human.
Yeah.
You know, looks like the intramural team out there playing.
Yeah.
Different level, it felt like.
Yeah.
No,
For sure. And just like it seemed like Bama just had no way to score. Like we were talking, I was over here watching the game with Harry and the rest of the fellas, and it's like every time Alabama would drive and get off, and they would get ran off the 3-point line, the help side defense from Duke was just insane.
Yeah.
Like I mean, because if you think about it, outside the guards, like everybody else is like 6'7", 6'6" and above. Even their guards are like 6'5", 6'7", 6'6".
6'7".
So like that help side defense is gonna be insane because when you get to the paint, you're gonna have to whoever's driving, whoever's going to shoot that layup, that weak side defense, that backside defense has Cooper Flag, Knipple, or
Malawatch. Yeah,
Malawatch. I was gonna butcher that. Malawatch awaiting that shot to go up and just come down and block it. So,
yeah.
I mean, this Duke team, it's a tough team to go against, man. They're really elite, and they beat Bama by 20.
Yeah, so that's how Duke made it in.
I mean, there's also, we're also talking about Mark Sears. Duke bullied him in the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like every possession in the second half, when it was coming to crunch time, it was just a pick, make him switch, and then Cooper Flag on an island with Mark Sears.
Yeah.
That's all it was. We bullied him.
Yeah.
And you could see that when he coming down the court, that was frustrating for him. That he was getting bullied and he was just chucking up shots, traveling on that it was. But it was just a dominant performance.
Yeah, because when his offense is on, he's just a net negative.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's never going to give you good defense, really. So, yeah.
He was 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, Duke was running like a killer whale offense,
Yeah.
basically, where they hunted him, went after him, and it was the key to the game.
Yeah, and then if the bigs were coming in to help, Just kick out, bang, shoot three, Knipple, Proctor.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Anyone can.
Yeah, and real quick before we move on, Alabama, they shot 8 of 32 from three. It's
Yeah.
25%. They also shot 35% from the field. So it's really tough to win a game like that.
That's not winning basketball.
That's not winning basketball.
Especially a team like Duke. Too.
Yeah, they're going up against Houston.
Yeah.
Houston against Purdue, one of the best games of the tournament, I'd say.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. End of the game, I want to give a lot of credit to Kelvin Sampson. That
That
play
was-
he
that
drove
play was
was
sick.
mean.
Yeah, mean.
That play was mean, dude. He was cooking with that one. Inbounded, most dangerous man. They
Yeah.
forget Braden Smith's running all over the place. Fletcher Lawyer doesn't know where to be.
Yeah.
Get a wide open guy into the basket. Take
Yeah.
the game over.
Yeah, Purdue didn't guard it, so it was a great coaching job by Kelvin Sampson, as Harry just said, because early in the game, they noticed that Purdue didn't guard the inbounder. So usually, when the inbounder gets the ball, there's someone up guarding the inbounder, waving their hands and just trying to cause ruckus, right?
Yeah.
Well, Purdue didn't do that, and Braden Smith had his back to the inbounder all game, and so late in the game, what they do, went right back to it. They didn't guard the inbounder. Houston knew that Purdue wasn't going to guard the inbounder, and it worked out.
Yeah.
It's great coaching.
Yeah. Thoughts on that game, Foch? What do you got?
I mean, yeah, you guys really covered up on all that. I mean, very good play. I mean, also it was a very good game. I mean, Purdue hung in there as people expected them not to be in that, to be honest. But
Yeah.
They hung in. They played well. Braden Smith is obviously a bucket.
Yeah.
He's good. But I mean, there's nothing really else.
Yeah, when you got a team like Purdue, they've been in so many big games. All these guys have been around for a while. And you don't have Zach Edey, obviously, but a lot of the guys are still there from last year.
Yeah.
So they've been in these big games against these types of teams, so it makes sense for them to hang around. And it was impressive, I thought. I thought it was a great display from Purdue.
100%.
Lead 8, Tennessee.
Whew.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Sorry, Lloyd. But, yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, they did not live up to what my hopes were for this team coming into this
They
game.
just couldn't make a shot.
First half, all-time stinker.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I think my intramural team can do better.
Lanier was
That's how bad they were.
terrible.
Yeah.
Just awful.
I think we went like 4 for 15.
Yeah, Gainey was solid in the second half.
4
I
for
know.
18.
4 for 18. That's just
2 of 12 from deep.
Oh man,
I mean, that's
it's
horrible.
heartbreaking.
That's
Just devastating.
Same as Ziegler. Ziegler didn't play well at all.
No,
1 for 9.
and he's been starting for like 5 years.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Gainey was the only one giving him anything.
Gainey and Lanier are the only ones who actually scored. Gainey actually had a decent game. I mean, could have shot the ball better from the field. He was 6 of 12. That's 50%.
I mean, I don't know really what you want.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
pretty,
to that team.
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, 50% is pretty good.
But like everyone
Yeah.
else, like it's stinkers.
Lanier just like almost like terrorism. It felt like it's like just
Like he didn't come ready to play.
and Tennessee still has never been to a Final Four.
Yeah.
And it's like games like this. It's like they look great in the tournament, and they get to this point. Same thing happened last year. They lost in the Elite Eight to Purdue.
Yeah.
Connect was doing his thing, and they still come up short. And it's like, oh, I love this Tennessee team. Like Barnes, Rick Barnes, he's a good coach, but
He's never won a title.
it's just such a ceiling. It feels like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree. I think it is definitely a ceiling for their Elite Eight.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
I think Houston's also a terrible matchup.
Yeah, I mean they're both good defensive teams, but like, Houston has just been so good. Like even on the offensive side, they've been really good. Like Emmanuel Sharp, they're down. They went down. They were up 10 and Emmanuel Sharp back-to-back dagger threes.
Yeah. Tennessee started to come back. They had a big steal. They won the full court press late in the game. They got a big steal, and it was like I was like, oh man, is Houston about to choke this game? Because both of these teams, Tennessee and Houston, following the trends of the tournament, just their history in the tournament, they both are notorious for choking at some point, in the Elite Eight or Sweet 16 or something like that. So I was like, oh my God, is Houston about to fold or are they about to lose this game? And Sharp came down and hit 2 dagger threes, and I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, Houston, they just get after on defense too. Like the game was realistically over after like 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, no, it was.
The vice grip. It was just.
It's
just
like
they're
a boa
animals.
constrictor. They just get you
And their style of play, it's so hard to come
suffocated.
back from.
Yeah,
Because they play slow offense.
Yeah.
It's hard to blow a 20-point lead when the possessions in the game is so low.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they were like a Bama team, that's an easier team to come back against because
100%.
they come down and just jack threes.
Yeah.
Threes especially, you miss rebounds, long rebounds, you can get out and run.
get out. Yep.
But that's just not
exactly.
Houston. They like literally just like you were saying, boa constrictor, suck
Yeah.
the life out of you on
Yeah.
offense and defense.
Yeah.
So it's like if they get up on you, it's a good night almost. That's what it feels like.
It's like you want to keep it underneath 10. Like when you're facing a big deficit like that, you have like kind of like markers within the second half of where you want to get the lead to.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want it to go to like if you're down like 20, you want to get it to 10 by like 10
16,
minutes.
16 minute mark.
Exactly.
Basically.
The 16 or like 12-minute mark, but like Harry's saying, it's almost impossible to do against this team because if you go down 20 or 15, it's basically over just the way how they play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Even when like they like were like basically about to choke it, like they didn't really like seem like too. They didn't seem too flustered. They were very calm. They're still doing their thing.
You know, and all those points that we just said reflects back to coaching.
Yeah,
that's Kelvin Sampson,
100%.
His staff, them getting aligned, and him like just their whole staff getting their players to be in the right mindset and be prepared for a game. Because honestly, basketball is a game of runs.
Yeah,
you know, you're gonna get down, you're gonna be up. It's all about how you handle the runs, and you know, in these interviews, that's all we see. That's all we hear these basketball coaches talk about. How the game is runs. It's all about how you manage those runs, and Houston set up pretty well.
It's not about how many times you get knocked down.
What?
It's about how many times you get up.
Oh yeah.
In Houston, they get up every damn time this tournament.
Yeah.
They haven't been down that much, but they do.
They don't really get knocked down that much, but
yeah, they were able to weather the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, going over to the other side of the bracket. Start with Auburn.
All right.
You know, the Auburn, as I was about to call them, they took out Caleb's beloved Michigan. Devastating. And then they went, they kept moving on.
They own the state of Michigan.
They own the state of Michigan. The Michigan State game wasn't very close at all.
The score doesn't reflect on the game.
No. I feel Michigan played them better than Michigan State.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, you know what? The one time that I have to root for Michigan State for my bracket cases, they absolutely shit the freaking bed.
Yeah.
Like we always talk. What were we saying? January, February. No, that didn't happen. They weren't ready. They were out. They got outplayed in this game. They couldn't handle Auburn. I mean, it's just like it was. I'm pretty sure Auburn was up 10 for a majority of the game.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been more than that. And it was like every time Michigan State started to come back, Auburn just went on another run. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing, Izzo? Like, your team wasn't ready to play. The only person who showed up was Jace Richardson. In my opinion.
I also thought that there was a lid on the rim for Michigan State at the first 10 minutes of the half because they were chucking up threes. Like, they're open shots. Like, they're good shots. But it was just this.
It was like 8-23, right?
That's the whole big thing with them all year is if the three-pointer's not falling because they're not a great three-point shooting team, really. And it's like if they can't get anything going, and they ran into an Auburn team, which I feel like Auburn's kind of squeaking by.
They are.
Not squeaking is a weird way to put it. But, like, I feel like when you go against...
To be honest, this is their most complete game.
It was. But I feel like they didn't... Like, I don't know. Something about Auburn doesn't feel like they're playing at their best yet. Or I think it's scary for, like, a Florida team. I feel like they could turn up another gear. Because you have Todd Pettiford's playing good.
Yeah.
Broome was great against Michigan State.
And Michigan. He didn't really shoot the ball well against Michigan. He had a much better performance against Michigan State. But at Michigan, he still had, like, 20-something points.
Collier couldn't guard him.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally like, it felt like a little baby was on him.
Yeah.
They literally went 4 straight possessions in the first 4 possessions to him, and they attacked him the whole time, and there was no help. And then once they started getting help, they would pass out, and it was just money.
But the shooters shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so Auburn, they're moving on.
Yeah.
Michigan State, I thought, like, it's a 6-point game. I didn't realize it was, like, not close at the end, but that game was in control, it felt like. Since early in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was another game. Bring it down to Florida.
Oh,
you want to talk about squeaking by? They've been squeaking by.
Yeah, they've
been squeaking by.
That was a crazy game.
But
I feel like it's a different type of squeaking by.
Again, if Texas Tech makes their free throws, they're not advancing.
JT Toppin's a sucker.
Yeah.
He is. Like, my buddy, he texted me, he's like, JT Toppin's the best player in the tournament. And then I watch, and I'm like, this guy? He's terrible. He was, like, around the rim, he was, like, unbelievably low percentage. Unbelievably low. And he just, like, he was forcing it, and it wasn't happening. It was just awful to watch. And, Florida come down, and it's like, how? Because how you say it? Like, him and Clayton. Killers. The last big three Clayton hit, the one where he, like, had the ball at the rim, basically.
And just dribbled out.
Just sprinted back and fired one. That had me fired up.
Horrible shot selection. But that went in.
No, when you're in rhythm, it's a good shot. If you're a shooter like that,
especially you're like Clayton, it's gonna be a good
you
job.
can't hate on him for that. He's a good player. That's his game.
Yeah.
That's like a no, yes.
Yeah,
Not my
exactly.
way. That's what I meant by
Yeah.
horrible shot selection. But I mean, Hogg off the bench. I think that's how you say his last name. Thomas Hogg.
Hogg,
Something like that. Off the bench, had a great performance. Had a double with 20 and 11. And then Walter Clayton Jr. just his shot. I mean, you even talk about shot making. Whew. I mean, some of the shots he was just throwing up. I mean, it was getting us hype. It was getting us hype.
I was doing the chomp and everything.
Yeah.
So
I need to see more out of Elijah Barton and Will Richard.
Yeah.
They're, to be honest, they're stinkers right now. And I need to see more out of them if they want to win anything.
I've seen more of Elijah Martin on TikTok than I have on like in the games.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I would agree.
He's been there too. Like he was at FAU when they went on that run, and it's like, dude, you have the experience.
I need to see more out of them.
Yeah,
100%.
I like it. I agree. Yeah. So I
was just gonna say, are we making game picks for the Final Four, or?
I think we'll do X factors first.
Okay. All right.
Just gonna set the scene a little bit, you know? Set the scene, get a little vibes going.
Fair enough, yeah.
Duke Houston. Is that the first or second game? We'll go by
second.
Yeah, so we'll start with Auburn, Florida.
We'll
go time wise.
Yeah.
X factors.
Yeah.
My X factor for Auburn is the old man, Chad Baker-Mazara. He's 25. Like, just one of these times you gotta take over a damn game.
Yeah.
When you're that old, he's been there. Not even been at Auburn that long, but he's 25.
Yeah, I know.
He's 25 years old. You gotta play like a fucking 25-year-old.
Yeah.
You're going up against
19-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this guy, you need to have a game. If you're 25 and there's not a single game in a tournament where you've been your team's best player, then what the hell are you doing in college? LinkedIn, Indeed, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, the places are hiring. It's like,
I heard the job market is tough, though. Why not go and hoop?
because it's ridiculous. It's taking away opportunities from children.
Yeah. No,
Like, kids are coming out of school, they're 18 years old, and they're good enough to play Auburn, but they can't because Chad Baker-Mazara is taking up a roster spot when he should be in his 6th year in the NBA or some shit. It's ridiculous.
Nah, you're 100% right.
Yeah, so that's my X factor for Auburn, because it's not I like him. It's he's an angry person.
Yeah.
And the dude just
That's temper issues at 25.
And just how are you? He's such a baby. He doesn't stop bitching.
He actually doesn't stop bitching. Like it's absurd.
He's dirty. He gets flagrant fouls all the time. And I'm just sick of it.
He hasn't taken over a game.
Exactly.
at all.
And he needs to show up.
Yeah.
Show up and just stop. He's been a negative. I feel so many times this year.
Yeah.
And I think in this big game against a good Florida team, he's gonna be a big positive.
Yeah.
That's why he's my X factor.
So my X factor for Auburn is Denver Jones. Another older guy on this team, 24-year-old Denver Jones. But I feel he's gonna need to check Walter Clayton Jr. Kind of slow him down a little bit. That's why he's my X factor, because this guy Walter Clayton Jr. has been on a heater these last couple of games, and he's coming off of a lights out, most clutch performance against Texas Tech, a true March Madness moment. And if Auburn wants to win this game, they're gonna have to slow down that shot making. And also on the offense end, he's gonna need to contribute too, because you got to think that Pettiford and Broom are gonna be kind of checked a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my X factor, Denver Jones.
My X factor is Tahad Pettiford. He needs to get his buckets. I mean, if he shoots like what he shot against Tennessee in the SEC tournament, they're not winning that game.
Nope.
Yeah.
Also, he is I would say a more underrated guard defensively wise, because against Jace Richardson and Holloway and all that stuff, he looked very good against them. So he needs to step up his game if he's guarding Elijah Martin, Will Richard, Walton Clayton, either one. He needs to stop them, but also he needs to make his shots.
Yeah.
I mean, he shows up in big time games all the time.
Tell me about it.
But we will see. That's my X factor.
When he's on, he's on.
I mean, he can't miss.
He can.
I love his celebration.
He's a closer. He's a closer.
Yeah.
He's such a closer. And we were talking about it before the show, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
I really think he could be a lottery pick, or should be a lottery pick. I would take a chance
You're
on
starting,
him.
yeah.
I would take a chance on it because he's proven that he can make tough shots in big time moments, and that's what winning basketball is a lot. Especially when you look, that's what you're looking for from a shot maker.
Yeah.
He just has that thing.
Yeah.
He just has that thing to him. He's confident in himself. He needs the ability.
Yeah.
God-given ability.
Yeah.
Cannot be
God-given
phased by
talent.
the moment, you know?
Nope.
And so, that's crazy to see in a true
It's
freshman.
like the moment is never too big.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll swing back my way.
Yeah.
Florida. Alex Condon. Big man.
Love it.
He was all banged up last game. I believe it was last game. He was all hurt. But I've seen him play, and he can be a real force at times. Like, at Bama in the regular season, he whooped their ass.
Yeah, he
It's
did.
like 30 points
he
down
did.
there. And I'm waiting. He's been in the tournament. He's been doing a good job, whether it's making passes down low. And he seems to always play the game,
The right way.
he figures it out. Yeah, he plays smart. And I want to see him kind of, play good defense on Broom, or whoever it is, or Cardwell, whoever it is.
I think he's going to be on Brewer. That's my...
Yeah, whoever it is, one of those guys. And just, I need him to have one of his games. I'm not saying it's what he did against Bam again, because that's a lot to ask for.
Yeah.
But a solid 15 out of him. I think that'd be a huge boost to Florida.
Definitely.
So you don't have to rely on Clayton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just play his game the best he can.
Yeah.
And if he can step up, I think that's really going to help Florida.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't step up, hopefully Thomas Hogg for Florida can also contribute, have a similar performance to what he had against Texas Tech. I mean, this guy had 20 and 11 against Texas Tech. He kind of started the comeback for Florida. He had a couple big threes. He's also making good defensive plays too.
Yeah.
While getting to the stripe. I mean, that's a complete performance, especially coming off the bench. There's not much more you can ask for if you're a coach. And, I mean, this guy was money from the three-point line here. I mean, we were watching it, and he was getting us going. And then it kind of sparked Warren Clayton Jr.'s run and the little run that he went on. So, yeah, my X factor is Thomas Hogg. If they can get a similar game production to what he had against Texas Tech, Florida should be in good hands.
Mine is Clayton Jr.
Yeah.
I think he's the biggest X factor because obviously the game plan's around him. If he is not making shots, someone else has to step up, but he has to step up on this big stage. He's being talked about one of these March Madness legends right now because all these threes he's making, the clutch threes. He needs to prove it in the Final Four.
Yeah.
This is where your moment starts, basically. This is where you need to certify that you're a legend.
Yeah.
You got to make shots.
I would agree. And my question for you guys is, who's a better shot maker or just a pure scorer? Is it Pettiford or Clayton Jr.?
Walter Clayton Jr.
At
this given moment?
No, I'm just who?
Because he's older than him, so that's makes it a little tougher.
I think I'm going to go Todd.
I'm going Walter Clayton.
Some of this.
This moment?
I'm going to Hod.
I think I'm going to Todd.
Dude, I think it was...
Todd can do anything at any time.
Bro, and then he had...
Obviously, Walter Clayton's a very good shot maker and all that stuff, but Tahad can do anything.
His fadeaway midi against Michigan when he lost the ball, completely lost the dribble, lost the ball, got it back, spun around and hit a fadeaway midi, a deep midi too. That was a elite shot. It wasn't bad defense either. That's getting out of rhythm, getting yourself back in the rhythm. I don't even think he could see the rim. I'm not even sure he could see the rim off that shot, and he still made it.
Yeah.
He still made it. That's...
He can score at all three levels. At any given moment.
I'm taking Clayton.
Okay.
Let's take some stats.
Taking Clayton.
Definitely taking Clayton, yeah. So he averages 11 points, Todd Pettiford. I know he doesn't start and stuff. Last game...
Look at the big games that he's played.
Yeah, let's go to the Elite Eight where he was 30% and scored 10 points. I don't know. I'm taking Walter Clayton. And I think once Pettiford gets older, to the age of Clayton, I think he probably will be better. But in this tournament, in this moment, I'm going to take Walter Clayton.
Fair. That was just a little simple question.
Yeah.
You can start with your X factors from the other side of the bracket.
I'll go Duke. I'm going to take the big man, Malawach. He shuts it down at the rim. I thought he was fantastic against Alabama.
He's been fantastic all this.
I thought he was one of the best players in the game, though.
I agree. No, he's definitely an X factor.
He's big on the boards. He's one of the best lob threats you'll see.
Yeah.
He comes down with everything.
You throw that ball up there, it's 2 points.
Oh, he had one that was kind of looked like a Randy Moss catch where he had to stretch out.
It was Tyrese Proctor coming off the screen. And he had a weird, and he went like that. It literally went cocked it back and just threw it down.
Yeah, no, I think him that lob threat is critical.
No, 100%.
Huge. And him and Flag work so well together.
Yeah.
In the pick and roll and stuff.
Same as Knippel.
Yeah.
Con Knippel.
It's so...
Everyone can just throw that guy a lob, and he anywhere
unfair.
on that side of the court, and he'll throw it down. So yeah, I think him he'll guard Roberts, I assume, from Houston. Probably, right?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think Flag will.
They'll put Flag on Roberts?
I think so.
I think Roberts is a big guy.
I don't know. I obviously I'm not John Shire. I don't know. So.
Well, we'll see, but I think
I'm assuming that they're gonna maybe put Flag on him.
No, who would you put Malawach on?
I don't know.
Tugler, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tugler.
Yeah, because he's not really a scoring threat. All right, I can see that. But yeah, just him around the rim, though, like that's going to deter a lot of Houston shots, I think. He's easily my X factor for Duke.
That's also a good thing what you're saying about Malwatch. Like, when they play Houston, like, Tugler's not a 3-point threat. So he can literally just, like, stay, like, under the rim. Like, but obviously, like, if they're going to play man and they're going to set screens, we're going to have to switch.
Yeah.
Because, like, LJ Cryer, Uzang, Emmanuel Sharp, they can make threes at any moment, at any time. So I mean, I don't know what's
You guys are probably going to have to hedge those balls, especially those high ball screens.
But we like to switch everything. Like, everything we do is we switch. Like, that's what we do.
So you probably blitz it then. If you have a high ball screen, probably blitz it.
That's what Houston's going to do to us. But But we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah. But, did you go?
Yeah.
Okay. So my X factor for Duke is going to be Zion James, the guard, their point guard for Duke. I mean, I think he's going to have to guard Emmanuel Sharp. I think that's going to probably more than likely going to be the matchup. And we just talked about what Sharp from Houston did late down the stretch against Tennessee, and he's been shooting the lights out from the 3-point line, behind the 3-point line this whole tournament. So I really think that Sharp and Cryer is where Houston's offense starts and ends, honestly. And if you can get Sharp to kind of be absent in this game, you gotta like Duke's chances a whole lot. So rock with Zion James.
Mine is Con Kneppel. He went 21 points last in the Elite Eight game. We're gonna need that performance again. I mean, he's a sniper. He can do everything. To be honest, I feel like so comfortable when the ball's in his hands. I love him when he plays off 2 feet. But he also has to play good defense too, which he did last time. But mine is definitely Con Kneppel.
Yeah.
Definitely our bench too. Like our X factors are our bench. Like Slim, he needs to hit some shots. Malik Brown, he's gonna be healthy, which is a good thing for us. He's gonna need to be huge. Same as Nagumba, same as Gillis. Like it's gonna be it's a whole team effort. Foster, he played very well too in his limited minutes against Alabama too, which I really was happy about.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what Houston can do inside the paint, like when they end up driving, because Alabama just couldn't get shots off. It's like they're either getting the benefit of the doubt from the officials with the whistle, or Duke was just having a tremendous weak side defense. So
I'm moving on to Houston. I'm taking Joseph Tugler.
Go.
That's my X factor.
No reason why, or just
I just said it. I'd get into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's a great defender. I think he's one of the best defenders in the country. I think he was. What was he?
He was nominated for semifinalists.
Yeah, but he was also on one of the big Big 12 teams. I don't know if it was 13 Big 12 or whatever it was, and he averaged 3 points a game.
Yeah,
that just says how good you have to be as a defender. Mm-hmm. I assume they'll send him after whoever really on Duke. Flag probably at some point. Malawatch down low. Yeah, those guys are the bigger guys on Duke. Yeah, he can match up not well against Cooper Flag. Who the hell can? Yeah. But he's got the size, especially Malawatch down low. He's gonna have to try to stop those lobs. Yeah, because you're not getting anything on offense really from him at all. It feels like. Mm-hmm. So you need him to be huge on defense, which he's been in the tournament. You got to stay out of foul trouble too. Yeah. That's another huge thing with him.
I also think it's huge that for Duke, their size is mattering at this point.
They're huge.
Because Houston, their big men are 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, Houston isn't really a big team.
So that Cooper Flag is the same height as both of them. Mm-hmm. And we have Malawatch is 7'2", so it's definitely gonna be huge that we have more length and size than them.
A lot more.
Yeah.
But they have more strength. I'm not gonna lie with that. They're all built.
Yeah, because Duke's a young team too.
But as I hear in podcasts, they don't play like freshmen. They're not freshmen.
Yeah,
all three of those guys are not freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play like freshmen right now.
Well, Cooper Flag's technically a senior.
Yeah.
In high school.
Same as Malawatch.
Yeah. Oh, he reclassed also? Yeah.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He just turned 18.
Happy belated birthday.
I don't know when it was, but it was definitely during season.
I know Flag was December.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what you got for your X Factor?
My X Factor, I was just talking about him when I went over Duke's, but Emmanuel Sharp for Houston. He's been shooting 41% from 3-point line. I mean, that's lights out. I mean, this guy, like I said, Houston's offense starts and ends with him and Cryer, with Sharp and Cryer. So I think if he can get going, if he can have a good performance from deep, Houston will be in great position to compete with Duke and move on to the national championship game.
Mine is LJ Cryer. LJ Cryer needs to have one of his best games in one of his last games because he's the most experienced on this team. He already won a national championship with Baylor, but he needs to have one of those performances, that he looks very good to beat this team. I also think that he needs to do well defensively too because he's undersized, I would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, to be honest, like late games, if Duke is up by 4 or 5, they're gonna target LJ Cryer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
Just like what they did to Sears.
Killer whale.
Yep. They're gonna do that. I think they're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, Cryer trying to be, I think, the first player to win
Two national
championships.
Two different teams.
Yeah, with 2 different teams.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be tough for him to score, guys, because we just talked about how, how big Duke is, and it's not like all Houston shots are gonna come from a 3-point line. Like they're gonna have to drive, and once they get inside the paint, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough pickings.
And that's what Duke's best defense is they stretch them out. They they obviously play slow, but they throw you off the 3-point line and make you make tough twos. They make you make shots.
It's a winning formula.
Yeah.
They make you make shots. Like you have to make shots to beat this team.
Yeah, and it's not just like you need more than one player to be able to hit those shots. It's
Caleb Love against Sweet 16.
Yeah,
35 points. He was making every shot. It was obscene, but nobody else was performing, and that's why we won.
That kid Bryant, I think it was.
Yeah,
he was terrible.
Yeah,
he was unwatchable. It felt like. But yeah, Caleb Love, he had like his 35 or whatever the hell he had, and you need more than one person.
You need more than one guy.
And that's why it's so smart of Duke to run that type of thing because it's tough to have 2 guys at once just hitting tough shots.
Against that Sweet 16 against Arizona, they literally they did everything basically perfect. They were making shots that I've never seen teams make shots before. Like Caleb Love was literally hand in the face in the corner, just chucked it up, splash. Like it was obscene.
Well, if there was a guy to do it.
Yeah, it would be him.
He's such a
he was gonna be up for that game.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I've seen really a college team have as great as help defense and weak side defense as Duke has. Because there's just a couple times where Alabama was getting drives. They were driving inside, getting to the paint, but it was it's almost as the primary ball the ball defender can just stay down and just not doesn't even have to contest because as soon as that shot goes up, flag, Knipple, or Malawatch is just waiting.
Everybody crashed.
They're just waiting, and they do a tremendous job at crashing the boards and just almost like Houston-esque, suffocating somebody when they get to when they drive and get inside the 3-point line.
Shout out John Shire.
Yeah.
He had a master class.
Yeah, he's been cooking.
Yeah.
Let's hope he's still got some treats left in the oven.
Yeah. I like that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. You want to do game picks?
Yeah, we do game picks.
Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
We'll start with Auburn, Florida.
Okay.
Anyone want to start us off?
I can go.
Yeah, let's hear it, Caleb.
I got Florida. Winning this game. I just think that Auburn's gonna have a tough time guarding Florida, and like we said, they kind of been squeaking by, and it's kind of generic to say that they haven't ran into a team like Florida, even though they played them in conference.
Yeah.
And then obviously
they got punched in the mouth.
Exactly.
Dirty.
In the jungle too.
Exactly.
Dirty.
Exactly. That's what I'm
With
saying.
no Elijah Martin too.
30.
Come on now, and we just said that Elijah Martin hasn't really had that great of a game yet, and that it's now or never for Florida. It's now or never for Elijah Martin, and I just think that I'm not gonna lie. Most of this is because how inspired I was from Florida after watching that Texas Tech game. I'm not even gonna lie. I very much enjoyed what I saw. They just look like a team that's bound for a great national championship run.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I have Florida in my brackets, but
no, Foch. No.
It's so tough.
No.
I really do think Auburn can win the game. I really do. But I will stick with my brackets and pick Florida.
There we go.
But, dude, Auburn. You want to talk about squeaking by? Florida's almost squeaking by. It's squeaking by everybody right now. Except for Maryland.
They punched Maryland in the mouth, and their coach quit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Their coach hates them.
He
hates his.
Oh my God.
He has so much hate in his heart.
Oh my God. He's a piece of. Oh my God.
Then Buzz is like, I'll show up. Buzz every 4 years. I saw a tweet that said
every 6 years.
Buzz Williams signed that thing where he can be a Division I basketball coach but there's a snail that like follows him,
Yeah.
and he has to relocate so the snail doesn't catch up to him every time.
Yeah.
He's like randomly good jobs all the damn. Not random. He's a great coach, but
He's
it's just funny how he moves out of nowhere.
Yeah. But no,
He moves before they get bad.
I don't know. Auburn has looked. I would say well. They've looked. They got punched in the mouth by Michigan, and they got right back up and.
It's all about getting up.
And
It's all about getting up.
And knocked down Michigan, and Michigan did not get back up.
They didn't knock him down.
They
They
were
knocked
so
him out. They
Yeah.
knocked him out.
Yeah.
We were so close. Oh my god, if we could shoot the 3-ball, we'd win that game.
I mean, that's a huge ask.
Yeah.
How is that a huge ass?
I mean, that's
Because we
any
couldn't-
team ever that lost it, if we shot the 3-ball well, yeah, what team, like, you don't really lose and shoot a 3-ball
Yeah.
well.
I'm not saying. Okay, I guess I should wear that differently then.
But
You don't understand.
I will
dude.
pick Florida.
You don't understand.
You gonna pick Florida?
You don't
I
understand.
will.
Just go on with your game pick. You don't understand.
You know, the water. There's a lot going on in the water. You know, you could find, a clam, if you will. Clams are kind of, the clams.
Mm-hmm.
Pop it open. What do you find in a clam?
Pearl.
Bruce Pearl.
Mm.
A cute little pearl.
Yeah.
Shiny, all little pearl. Well, you know what else is in that fucking water?
What?
Big bad gator. Big bad gator.
Chomps that
Yeah,
shit
eat
up.
the clam, eat the oyster, eat the fucking pearl. I'm taking the Gators. I'm taking Walter Clayton.
What?
I'm taking the coach. Was it Golden?
Yeah.
Golden from San Francisco.
What?
Also, Auburn's director of basketball
Yeah.
operations in 2011.
He was on pro staff.
We got so much, like, all the Jews out here. It's
Yeah.
something like a Yom Kippur of basketball.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl, he loves being a Jew. He's the head of the Jewish Basketball Coaching Association. Now I got Golden going at it. But I'm taking Florida. I'm taking them, not big. Not taking them big. I respect the talent of Auburn. Like a 6-point win. A nice...
Walton Clayton Jr. dagger 3.
No, that could happen. That could be in the cards. They could be up 3. Close game, minute left.
You know who the ball's going to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We know who's touching the ball.
Yeah. And now I think this next game, for me, it's a little easier to pick. I'm going to go back-to-back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wearing a fucking Houston jersey.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not.
You're not at all.
Nothing I have seen so far this tournament would ever make me not want to pick Duke. I think every game they get even a little better because the competition's getting better. Like, obviously, realistically, their best game was technically the first round because you win by 50. But the competition's nowhere close.
Yeah.
I think they've been looking phenomenal. Bama, that's a
I
really
was
good
gonna
Bama
say,
team.
if I had to pick their best game,
One, two, three. Come on. Out of there. Sears, Nelson, Youngblood, all of them. Send them home. Send them packing. I'm taking the Blue Devils. Bring on Houston. Bring on Calvin Sampson. Tugler. Cryer. Sharp. Uzan. Bring them all on. Blue Devils got something for them. They got something for
them.
them.
Just doesn't matter. I'm taking Duke here. I don't know how you could watch this tournament, watch this team throughout this tournament, and pick against them. They just look dominant in every game they played. I just ranted about, not even ranted, just sat here amazed watching their defense and how well of a unit they are. And you don't even, the crazy thing is about this team, they don't need Flag to have a great game every game. And when you don't need your best player to have a great game every game, you have a dangerous team.
It's because his floor is so ridiculously high as it is.
Yeah.
Because you can have an offline offense, your defense doesn't really fade.
Yeah.
So instead of a bad night on
He doesn't
defense,
take a play off.
you're either a good defender or you're not.
Yeah.
Like, you can take a playoff, but realistically, Flag's been a great defender the whole game. He rebounds the ball super well. And as a passer, I think he's very underrated also.
Yes.
He's like a point forward, basically.
Yeah, he is.
So, yeah, I think even if he's not the threes aren't hitting, he can still get to the rim at will. And, yeah, his off nights are some players' best nights. And I think that's what makes them, like, basically unstoppable.
Yeah.
Let's hear your game pick, Nick.
40 minutes for the rest of our fucking lives.
Woo!
40 minutes. That's all we need. I'm picking my Duke Blue Devils, obviously. Obviously, there's no fucking question. They're winning the national fucking championship. They're winning the national championship. This is the best team I've ever fucking seen in my life. Ever. 2015, I don't give a fuck. This is the best fucking team I've ever seen in my life. Drew Flag, Con Knipple, Malwatch, everyone. I don't care. It's Duke against the world.
Duke gets the world. All right.
It's the world.
Another thing, Houston. If you're gonna trap our ball screens, doesn't matter. Everyone's 6'6", 6'7". Over that, they're gonna toss over you, and it's gonna be night for you guys. All right. You guys can send them packing. You guys have a 40-minute bus drive home. Have fun with that.
Yeah. No, at least they got a short bus ride.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
All right. Now moving on a little bit. That got me fired up, by the way.
Yeah.
That was-
I can go out there and play a game right
That
now.
was chills.
Yeah.
We say we think who's going to win, gave our picks. Who has the most to lose? Out of everyone left, the 4 teams, you can go player, you can go team, you can go coach, you could even go fan base. Doesn't matter. Just who has something to do with this game has the most to lose. My initial thought was you. That was where I came to first. Like, I feel like 5 is just a lot to lose.
I do have a lot to lose.
You do have a lot. You have so much to win, though.
So much to win.
Yeah, all right, but that's not one picking. You guys have any picks?
I have a few people.
Yeah, let's hear it. Rattle them off.
I think the most to lose right now is Kelvin Sampson.
Mm-hmm.
This is his best chance to win a national championship.
Yeah.
It's like they finally got here after a couple years.
Yeah. This is his best chance to win. This is probably his best talented roster. They're obviously number 1 defense efficiency. They're number 10 in offense. They're very good. But he's been here for, 21 years?
Yes.
And he hasn't won a championship yet.
Nope.
Same as Bruce Pearl. I think he has the most to lose, too, as well.
Yeah.
Because they're both longtime head coaches, and they haven't won a title yet. They gotta set that up a little bit. I also think a team to lose most is the Duke Blue Devils.
Mm-hmm.
We're raving about how good this team is. Everyone's raving how this is the best team in the country. They gotta prove it. They gotta prove it for 2 40-minute games.
No cupcakes left.
Nope.
Nothing's gonna be.
This is why I think this is one of the best Final Fours I'm ever gonna see in my life.
Straight dogs.
Because they're all number 1 seeds, and these are the 4 best teams in the country.
Yeah.
It's and we've been saying it all year. And also, in KenPom, these 4 teams are top 10 in the best teams of all time.
Yeah.
Efficiency wise and all that stuff. So this is why and then for Florida, I think a player for them to most lose is Walter Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
He has to basically put his team on his back. Put his team on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna rock with Bruce Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
They've been like, I feel like a step below. They've been so close to getting back to where they were in 2019. I believe that's the last time they went to a Final Four.
Yeah.
They've been so close. It feels like they've been working so. Yeah, when Kyle Guy ended it for them, it's like, and they were up in that game too. They had a trip to the national championship right there for them, right there for the taking.
Shitty call still.
And it slipped away. It slipped away, and you feel like they've been kind of awaiting to get back there. They've been chopping at the bit for the last 6 years or 5 years, and they don't get it done this year. I mean, they got a lot of old guys there.
Yeah, but they're all gonna be able to come back. They're all scumbags. But no,
I don't think any of them are coming back.
Chad Baker-Mazara is coming back.
He might.
But no, like, bro,
that
agree.
really scare me.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I got a lot outside the box. One for I think who has the most to lose. UNC fans. I think they have a shit ton to lose. Because, recently, this year especially, Duke beat the bag out of them. And UNC is like, well, we did win a championship more recently. We ended Coach K. All that shit. No puts that to bed. All that fun little talk. A national championship.
Cutting down the nets in San Antonio.
Yeah, cutting down the nets. UNC, suck it. Like, you guys suck, basically, right now. I think that would be, I think they have a shit ton to lose. If you're a UNC fan. Another one, more so, I think it's more who's most to gain. I want to kind of flip it a little bit. Is Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
He's chasing history.
He wins this. He's going down as one of the greatest one-and-dones ever.
It's him or Anthony Davis, I'd say, or Melo, Durant. One of the, but you look at those.
I wouldn't say Durant. He didn't win anything.
He won National Player of the Year.
Yeah, but that's really it.
Yeah.
He didn't win a championship.
No, he didn't.
Like Melo or AD.
Well, I was just saying it's going to be him and AD. I think, if, say Duke were to win, say Cooper Flagg, if they win, I would be shell-shocked if he's not the player of the tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So I assume he's going to win the Player of the Year for the regular season.
Hopefully.
I assume he's going to. Never mind. But I thought you looked at me weird. I saw you. I thought you were eyeing me down like I said something crazy.
No, I was just listening.
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, if he wins the Tournament Player of the Year, wins the tournament and National Player of the Year for the regular season, I think it's only Anthony Davis that's done that as a freshman. Mm-hmm. And it's the hit rate on those guys, like Melo and Anthony Davis, you're almost guaranteed to be an NBA Hall of Famer.
I was going to say, those are Hall of Famers.
No one does that as a freshman and doesn't do shit after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's chasing legitimate history. Yeah. And, in this era with these teams, teams aren't, built anymore. They're bought.
Yeah.
You're going against, basically hired guns.
Yeah.
And it's tough as literally a senior in high school. And that's another thing that makes it even more impressive that he's so young.
Yeah.
If he can get this done, he can pull this off, it's like all time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so tough to become an all time college great because back in the day you got like Kareem who played 4 years.
Leitner.
Yeah, and they
3
just
titles in 4 years.
because they're playing so much and winning so much. But like, and if you're that good, you're gonna be one and done.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of one and done, like he's gonna be on that Mount Rushmore with like AD, like with Melo, like Zion maybe even up there on there. Like, and he's already past Zion.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Also, congrats Melo on the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nick Legend.
Yes, sir.
Nick Legend.
His jersey should be hanging up in the rafters in Madison Square Garden. Harry actually disagrees.
Well, my thing is, I think the Knicks are such a storied franchise, and it feels weird like hanging up the number of a guy who never won. Like my thing is, I pray to God the Celtics don't retire Isaiah Thomas' jersey.
No, but
okay.
Well, Isaiah Thomas wasn't.
Isaiah Thomas is not the Melo level of the Knicks.
Maybe I wasn't there as a Knicks fan to really appreciate what Melo was doing. Maybe
you gotta appreciate it. That's why.
Yeah, because maybe I didn't I wasn't there. I wasn't watching the games, but like obviously I saw like.
Do you know how shit we were?
The game against what was it, the Bulls when he was like going
the 2 back-to-back shots.
Yeah, like that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
And I understand where you guys are coming from, but I feel like retiring a jersey's a lot. I feel like you gotta
we haven't won anything since the 70s.
I feel like you gotta put something else up in the rafters to get up in the rafters.
Yeah, we're a historic franchise, but we also haven't won anything since the 70s. And most of the 2010s we were god awful.
I mean, we did put up Lundqvist's jersey in the rafters.
But how
he didn't win?
Maybe my perception.
He didn't win.
Different franchise, but another thing.
It's basically.
Yeah, I know it's one and one. It's the same. Maybe how long was Melo there? I think that might change my answer. If it was more than 6 or 7 years, then I'm in.
I think it was.
I think it was 8.
If it's 8 years, I'm in. I feel like he was. 9. I wasn't into basketball a ton until.
I wasn't either. I just love Melo.
Yeah, no, I understand that. No, he was there way longer than I think he was. I can understand that because I was thinking I think Patrick Ewing's jersey should be retired. He never won anything, but he was there a ton.
Isn't it his jersey's not up there?
No, it's got to be. I'm saying it should be, and I think even though he didn't. No, definitely is. Yeah,
2011, he's when he joined the Knicks, and then he joined the
17
or the
17.
Yeah,
Thunder in 17. So 6 years.
So 6 years.
I felt I understand.
A lot longer. Than 6 years, so.
Really
I only compared that to Isaiah Thomas. I think he was only Celtic 4 years, but he was averaging 30, and he was the little guy that could. But I never bought in completely because I always saw that there was a ceiling, and I understand from your perspective. If you didn't think there was that 2012, when you had Chauncey on that team, whatever.
2012.
You guys probably thought you could have won.
I thought we were going to
do pretty well. If you thought you had a chance to win a championship with him as your best player, I understand the argument that his jersey should be retired.
Yeah, that was
because he actually did instill that in you. I never got that with Isaiah Thomas.
Oh yeah. No, I think Knicks fans actually believe Carmelo Anthony could bring us a title.
Yeah, I think jersey retirements are weird because I'm no on Isaiah Thomas, but I'm hell yeah on Al Horford.
Yeah.
Throw that shit up there. Throw it up there. 42-0-7. All of them. We'll throw them up. I'm fine with that.
Little side quick.
You want Brown's jersey?
He's been here 9 years and a multiple-time All-Star and champion. He can go up. Yeah. Red Auerbach's jersey's retired. He didn't play a damn game.
Who?
That's awful. Really?
I don't know.
You guys know Red?
No.
Oh, he was the Celtics coach with Bill Russell and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He was a legend. He was our GM to he was with the Celtics organization for 50 years.
Oh, that's why he's in the raft.
But he never wore a number. They say he wore number 3. You can't wear the number. It'd be one thing if they put up red on the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got he's a Celtics the guy he brought Bill Russell in and stuff He's the one who made Bill Russell the first coach and stuff. And he went into Indiana to go find Larry Bird, to convince him to sign with the Celtics when they drafted him because the whole thing if he was going to sign or not. So yeah, no, Red Auerbach. I guess that's kind of what you guys are saying. I didn't understand Melo from that perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm shell shocked that you guys have never heard of Red Auerbach.
Yeah.
All right, so total side quest there. By the way.
Sorry, I just pointed.
No, I think that was a helpful conversation. I think that was good stuff.
It's good side quest, actually.
Yeah, great side quest.
Great side quest, and you know what would be even greater side quest? If you guys like and comment underneath this video, subscribe, and also share with your friends and family. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we appreciate all the love and support you guys show to us. Really does go a long way for us. So we appreciate you guys, and we hope you guys continue to tune in. We appreciate Foch.
It's always been the brotherhood. It's always been them.
I want to shout out Foch for joining us along this for the last month, coming on for March Madness. It's truly been a pleasure. It's been great times, and yeah, man, like the video, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, and we hope you guys have a good day.
Send it to your moms, your sisters, your aunts. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great
Have a
one.
good one.
Go Duke.